Welcome back to BPR and 89.7 GBH. Marjorie Egan, Jim Browdy, live at the library. Streaming at youtube.com/GBH News. Joined now by Meredith Mendelson, Executive Director of the Ellie Fund. It's an organization that provides wraparound services to people in breast cancer treatment, things like grocery assistance, housework, transportation, even acupuncture, as they launch a new focus on something we talk a lot about here, health equity. Ellie Fund, ELLIE Fund.org. Meredith, it's great to see you. Hi.
Thank you very much for coming in.
The way it works is if a person is diagnosed with breast cancer, hopefully their medical facility who knows about us, we work very closely with them, will refer to us, and we will do a personalized grant for the patient depending upon what they need. Childcare, transportation, groceries, very personal. We also can self-refer, so I know for a fact that after this broadcast, there are patients out there or there are loved ones of people going through breast cancer that are going to say to their loved one, I just heard about the Ellie Fund, go self-refer.
So a new part of your operation is this Breast Cancer Equity Coalition, a relatively new part. What's the focus there?
So we joined the Boston Breast Cancer Equity Coalition in 2019, and then we became the permanent home of the coalition, which is a real honor. And what we do, together with hospitals, the city of Boston, the Commonwealth, the legislature, is we work together to better the outcomes for Black and brown women in Massachusetts who die at much higher rates than white women of the same diagnosis at the same time. And we work on why that is. And why that is because they don't have access to early treatment. They may not have consistent transportation to get there. They may not have childcare or food to feed their families. And we know that breast cancer, unless you have stage 4 breast cancer, which is a totally different situation, is curable.
Yeah.
You know, one of the most dramatic things I think I've ever heard on the show, she said it in plenty of places, the first person to say it to us was Ayanna Pressley, maybe even was a city councilor then and running for Congress, talked about getting on the T in Roxbury and getting off in Harvard Square, and the life expectancy drops 23 years. I mean, it's stunning. There are comparable kinds of things, and as you said, the incidence, from what I understand, of breast cancer in people of color and white people in this neck of the woods here is similar. It's the outcomes, the mortality, where they part ways, right?
The mortality is significant in Mattapan versus women in the Back Bay. Patients in Mattapan are 2.8 times more likely to die than the Back Bay. Right here in Massachusetts. So the coalition was founded because in 2014 there was a study done about outcomes for Black and brown women in the country. And Massachusetts was the 5th worst in the country, despite where we're located with all these incredible hospitals and facilities.
So how do you explain that? We don't give a damn? No, I'm serious. How do you explain that with all the resources here?
Because social determinants of health are more important or as important as they should be. Our services should be part of a treatment plan so that you can complete treatment. You can't say to someone you have to come for 20 appointments and the treatment is really hard. And by the way, your parking isn't covered or your child care, you may have to stop working, but your expenses don't stop, and nobody saves for breast cancer.
Yeah.
It's one of the highest rates of bankruptcies of any cancer.
Really? I didn't know that. Why breast cancer? Why is it higher than other ones? Do we know that?
Maybe because it's longer treatment.
Yeah,
I really don't
longer.
know. But I do know that a breast cancer patient is likely to be saddled with about $8,000 or $9,000 after treatment in unexpected medical costs.